Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500 and welcome back to Project Marilyn. Marilyn is back from the MOT, as you know, past the MOT, a couple of little advisories, but we need a new steering rack, or at least we think so. Tomorrow that's going to be done. Let's have a look, see how it went. Well, Connor's due this morning to do the steering rack. I was going to do the steering rack myself, but seeing as I've got so many cars on the go, I thought I'd for an hour of his time and however long, yeah, it's about an hour of his time and whatever it costs me minimal for him to do it. It was just easier and to get him to do it. And now look at the weather. We've had all those hot days, well, 4 or 5 hot days, and now this. So he's due here in about an hour, I think. So I might have to, well, see if he wants to put it off till later. Hopefully this rain will stop. It's not cold, it's still quite warm, but it's pouring with rain, so it's not going to be much fun doing it in this, so we'll see. But hopefully by the end of the day the steering rack will be done on this, and then we'll be pretty much on the final stages of this. Bit of a seat clean, refit that front bumper properly. MOT's already done, as you know. Clean the wheels up. Can't think what else I've got to do. Very little. Door cards, I've got the red door cards on this. I've got to change it for the grey ones, one of which I've recovered from the garden. The other one is up in the loft, so they'll probably need a clean as well. So hopefully by middle of next week this car should be ready to go, which will be good. Let's just hope the rain stops. So, yesterday Connor came, as you would have seen in that little excerpt video. It absolutely poured down yesterday, absolutely threw it down all day long. Poor old Connor got absolutely soaked. So, he's got it on. The wheels are nice and straight, as you can see there. And if we look at the steering wheel, it's now straight. So I haven't taken it around the block or anything yet, but I don't think it needs any wheel alignment, which is good because I've already paid for the wheel alignment. Obviously that was with the other steering rack. So let me just show you on the steering rack what we think. So this is the old one. So this is the old one on the floor. As you can see here, so this is the passenger side. Here you can see the new arm that we put on, track rod end and track rod. Inner track rod. That's obviously the original one, which is fine, but there's nothing visible on this that looks damaged. So I think me and Connor came to the conclusion that somewhere within here, the teeth, where this obviously goes in and joins it, and then you've got teeth, we reckon the teeth are probably stripped. It's probably maybe jolted sideways and has stripped however many teeth, don't know. But that steering wheel was literally at 90 degrees of where it should be. Nothing visible with this, but obviously he's changed it for the new one, and it's now fine. Just a word of warning to anyone that does change a steering rack. If you read the Haynes manual, it says you need to take the bumper off. Now Connor managed to do it without taking the bumper off. So the reason they say that is because you have to drop down the front subframe to get this out. This itself is only held on with 2 bolts, one there and one there, but it sits within the subframe, within an aperture within the subframe. So you have to remove the rear engine mount that joins the gearbox, and then you have to take out quite a lot of those bolts of the subframe. And also what he did is he took out the bolts where the bottom extension legs bolt to the subframe. He took those out, but without taking the subframe off, and that way it was springy enough to allow it to move out of the way to slip this out. So it it saved him having to completely take it out. But as I say, one word of warning is this is a 2010 car. This has come out of the 2010 car. I bought one from a 2012 car, which is exactly the same. However, the thread on these holes here, where it bolts to the car, was different. Luckily, because I've got so many bolts and bits and pieces, we kind of managed to find bolts that were long enough and the right thread to use those on the new one. But they are different. Why they're different, God only knows. But yeah, so that'll be going to. I'm going to take these both off, especially, well, certainly this one, and I'll probably take that one off as well, and then this can go to the scrap man. So yeah, so that's done. So what we got next? As you know, the MOT is done. We've got a couple of advisories on there. We've got a binding brake. I think it's on the driver's side. Can't remember off the top of my head. So we've got to do that. So all I'm going to do is take the wheel off, take the pads out, give it a clean, give it a grease, put it back. I'll probably come and do this side as well, even though this side wasn't mentioned. So because we had a new, which I've getting these things done so much I've forgotten what side it was, but one of the sides we had a new bottom arm done, lower arm done. So even though I'd lined all that bonnet up, it's now not lined up. So I've got to redo that. That still needs pinching up that side. I don't think there's any bolts in that side or the other side, so that all needs lining up properly. The seats are clean. I think, from memory, I'm not sure, but I think I cleaned them. They're not that bad. There's a little bit of few little marks on it. The steering wheel needs a clean. I think that was Connor's hand from yesterday. It's definitely clean in the back. The inside of the car itself is quite dirty, so I'm going to give that a good clean. I'm just going to give it a major clean inside. I've also got to change these, so I've got those grey ones, one up in the loft, one in the garage that was out in the garden, which has got a cigarette burn there, and I've got a bit of fabric that I'm going to attempt to repair it. That just saves me buying more, really, and I don't want to leave these red ones on. That's it, basically. I think that's pretty much, apart from a good clean, I think that's all we got left to do. So if we got anything in the boot, let's have a look. Oh, I've got to put the new number plate on. That's it, really. I'm hoping that's the right side, because I think I do need one. So yeah, that's it. I think that's all we got to do, and then we'll be finished on this. And then I'm hoping, yeah, once I get that on, front one's already on, get the bumper lined up, good clean, change the door cards. I will have to take it for a bit of a run, because I'm not sure whether I do need to get the alignment done or not. Hopefully I won't. I don't think I do. I don't think I will. It looks straight enough. The little bit of driving just sort of out on the road, parking it up, showed that it's okay. Obviously we'll go over it and tighten any bits up. There's a very, very slight ding there, but this is the wing that the body shop just tarted up, basically, but it's okay, it's staying on. I'm just going to touch in any little bits of paint, as I always do, that need doing. Yeah, I think that's it, really. That's all we need to do. This needs changing. Obviously this is a temporary one. I have going to put the original one back on, because I've got a no, what did I do? I think I've got one with a broken glass. I've got a good one with broken glass, but that was the one I took off of Rob and Viv, if you remember, which I had to change, and I put this one on temporarily because I swapped them over. I've now bought a piece of glass, and I'm hoping it's going to fit, because the last piece of glass that I bought for a mirror, didn't fit. So if this one doesn't, it can go back. Clean the exhaust pipe tip up. That's about it, and then we'll be done. So it's not serviced. I haven't tracked the service history down yet, so I still need to do that. I need to just go over it and see if it does need a service. If it does, I'll be doing it myself, and clean the engine, and that's it. It'll be going up for sale. New MOT, service it, track down the service. I've got the logbook in my name. That's it. Yeah, that'll be it, and it'll be going up for sale. So I think this is probably going to go up for 2.5. I think I need to look at my figures. Yeah, it did take longer for Connor to do the steering rack yesterday than I thought it would. I thought it would take him about an hour. It actually took just over 2. So that cost me £100, which I wasn't really expecting, and it cost me £30 I think it was for the steering rack, so it's an extra 130 quid that's gone on top. Won't be doing the cam belt on this one. There's just not enough money in it, so otherwise I've just got to put the price up more, so I don't want to do that. So I was just advised that maybe when it's serviced next, that whoever buys it, that they get the cam belt done. So yeah, so we'll be back shortly, and we'll show you what we've got left to do, and we'll get that done, and then we'll show you the final product. So we'll be back in a day or two to do that. Probably not tomorrow, it's this weekend at the moment. I'll probably do it on Monday. So yeah, so this is Marilyn, and we'll see you for you in a few seconds time. For me, in a couple of days, so see you shortly. I showed you the work in progress with the bottom of the garden, where I'm putting just a small 6x4 shed. I showed it to you a little while ago, and I've just been trying to sort this bottom of this garden out, and we're getting there now. So I'm just building the base today. Well, the base is now finished, and I've got to put the decking down today, which is over there, and the shed is coming on Tuesday, tomorrow. So hopefully I'm out Tuesday, but on Wednesday hopefully we can put the shed together, and then we can transfer all that stuff that's up the top of the garden, behind the garage, and a lot of what's in the garage into this shed. And I can't wait to do that, make a bit of room. So we'll show you when it's done. So this is the new Fiat parts store. As you can see, there's quite a lot of stuff in there. 2 bonnets there, bonnet there, hatch there, exhaust there, another bumper there, another bumper over the back. That's a start. So yeah, this is what you saw the other day in the video. Look, it's me in the mirror. Hello. So yeah, this is the little area that I was sorting out. So it was giving me a little bit more room in the garage now, but it's only a small shed, but it's a start anyway. So just going back to the things that came up as advisories on the MOT. So as you can see, all those ones that are ticked were done for the MOT. And then we got these, we're not doing anything about the slightly damaged cracking tyre. Direction indicator, that just needs a new bulb on the off side, and the front brake near side is binding, so I'm just going to take out the pads, clean it up, grease it up, and put it back, and that should hopefully take care of that. So let's do the indicator first. Got to find a bulb first. So there it is, a bit like in the last car that we had, same things, where I bought the lights, which I still can't find. So it just needs a new bulb. So hopefully I've got some of those. I must order some of those, because I think I'm taking them out of old lights, so I need to actually get some. But I'll look in my my box of bulbs and see if I've got one. Hopefully I have, and then we'll get that back on. I can't take that out and then not clean this up. It's so filthy. Look at the state of it. So it looks, it must be, I reckon this is on the original bulbs. I don't see how anyone could take this off and change a bulb and not clean that. It's terrible. Excuse the noise, it's the dustman. It's quite satisfying doing this. It's nice to know that should anyone look underneath, I'm going to have to do the other side even though I haven't got to change a bulb. It's quite nice to think that if someone looks underneath, they'll see that it's clean. Right, that'll do. Let's put this all back together. Put it back in. That's it. There we go. Oh, put it round the right way, might help. Right. That's that one. Let's take the other one out and have a look at that. Almost as dirty. Not quite, but almost. Give it a good soak in. They make a little bit more noise, do you think? La-di-da. I bet this is really dirty behind the bumper as well. It's funny how the dirt even gets in here. How on earth does it get down here and make it so filthy? There, that's quite satisfying. Put that back in there. I'll clean the edge of the lights up as well, I think. I suppose it gets down there. There's a bit of a gap down there, I suppose. Give that a squirt. Nice and clean. Quick squirt on the other side. Nice and clean. Right, that's one MOT advisory done. Right, it's that time again. It's time to clean the engine. Take a look how dirty it is, if you can see. Let me zoom in on the airbox, that's a good indication. Show you that. Oh, excuse the jerkiness. See how dirty that is? It is quite a grubby engine, this one actually. It's not, I mean they all tend to be a bit on the grubby side. But yeah, quite grubby. Anyway, let's get on and get this clean, and then we can I think we've done everything else now. We've done the brakes, cleaned those. I didn't bother really showing that. I've nipped that bumper up as the best I can. It's not perfect, but I'll show you it once I've cleaned it. But I'm gonna, yeah, get this engine clean. I haven't done the inside yet, of course. Cleaned the inside, got door cards on. I'm gonna clean the engine, and then I'm gonna snow foam the outside. Give it a good clean up, then touch up the bits of paintwork, clean the inside, and then we're done. Then it'll be going up for sale, so it will be going up for sale today. Excellent. There you go, all nice and clean and sparkly, or as clean as I can get it. Actually, I missed a bit underneath there. Spray it on the cloth. That's the best I can get it. It's really, really grubby, this engine. There. I think I'll squirt up here as well. Just give that a bit of a clean. Could go on forever cleaning these things, but it is a, what, 11-year-old car? I don't suppose it's ever been cleaned properly like this. Well, say properly. I suppose when it was new, someone probably took care of it, but you know what it's like. Cars get a couple of years old, if that old, and people will just stop. I won't with my Puma. In fact, it's due for a clean now. Right, I think that's it. I've just got to put some bolts underneath as well, because I don't think we've got the bolts in underneath. Well, maybe we have actually. I need to check the height of this bonnet shut. They had actually put the washers that I'd put back under, so it should be okay. Yeah, it's actually alright. Doesn't actually need any adjustment. Yeah, it's fine. So I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get the snow foam out and give it a good snow foam clean, and then we can come out. I bought some stuff for cleaning the black, so I'm going to try that and see how it goes. But first of all, yeah, we're going to give it a clean with the snow foam, then we'll clean the wheels with the attachment on the drill, bucket and sponge afterwards. Yeah, that's it. Let's do that. Good stuff, the old snow foam. So it's all nice and clean. One thing that I did notice was that is broken, so I need to glue that back on before it falls off. I think there was it was obviously broken, but the force of the pressure washer has made it come off completely. And I kept pushing it back on when it kept coming off when I was cleaning the scuttle panel, when that's one of the wiper covers is just ended up on the floor. So I don't know why it's not broken. I don't know why it keeps coming off. So that's all nice and clean now. New back number plates on. So I'm going to lever it off. I'm going to go around it, and once it's dried, and touch up any bits of paint that need doing. There's a few bits here and there, nothing much. Some of it might come off with cutting compound. What won't will oh, one thing I have got to do still, which I'd forgotten about, is move this wing out a little bit. It's not a lot, it's more at the front than it is anywhere else. We just need to do that as well. Okay, it's all nice and clean now. So it's been snow foamed, sponged with the snow foam, I can't say it. Cut. Start again. Yeah, it's been snow foamed and then sponged with the snow foam, and then I've leathered it off. And I've used a fallout remover on the wheels. I've always used alloy wheel cleaner in the past, and which obviously works quite well. But I thought I'd seen people in other videos using fallout remover on wheels. It's actually worked quite well. The driver's side wheel isn't fantastic, but that's just, I think, chipping paint on it. But these ones have come up really nice. They were actually really quite dirty, caked, and that one's really nice and clean. This one's, considering how it was, this one's come out quite well. I mean, there are still, this is where it's corroding, which obviously I can't do much about that, short of whacking a bit of paint over it. I'm not going to try and hide things like that, and I'm not going to refurb one wheel for the sake of it. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. So I've now got to go over it and touch up all the bits of paint. And once I've touched up all the bits of paint, there's a few on the bonnet actually. I think these are from storage. But there are one or two on the bonnet and on the bumper and just generally around the car. Nothing spectacular, just bits and pieces. I need to touch those up. I haven't done that mirror yet. I've got the old mirror that and I've got some new glass to put in it. I've done that as best I can. I cannot get that any better, so that will have to do for that. I'm afraid it's not perfect. The gap is a little bit too close there, but it is what it is, so it'll have to stay like it. Right, I've got the mirror that I took off of the car, as you know, with the broken glass. Now I've had not very success with one that I did a while ago, that I did for somebody else, that I ordered, or got her to order one of these, and it didn't work. It wouldn't fit. It was completely wrong. So I've bought this one. I'm hoping it will work. If it don't, it's going back. So I'll take this off, the broken one. I'm sure they can't all be duff. Maybe I just had a bad one. I didn't ever send it back, which probably I should have done, but I didn't. So I'm assuming brown is live, black is earth. Quite stiff these. Right, I've got a little screwdriver on it, so I'll put glass down there. Where is it? There it is. Right, let's try that again. So that goes in that way, so we need to put it around that way. Okay, so hopefully these will just slide on now, he says. Yes, that's better. Slid right up to the hilt, if you'll pardon the expression. That's it. Right, now hopefully this should just push on, and it has. So I obviously did have a duff one, bit of a gap. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. Obviously you don't want it. Yeah, there is a big gap there. Or maybe that's because the motor will adjust, or should adjust. I don't know. They're not very good, you know, these aftermarket things. They're not very good at all. I suppose we won't actually really know until we've got it installed. Okay, well that's it. As I say, there's quite a gap down the bottom there. See, I don't think they get stuck in the right place on the back. These plastic bits, I just don't think they stick them properly. Why they can't get one and stick it in the correct place, I don't know. But we'll put it on the car anyway, and then hope it works. Finished. Finito. The mirror did work. There is a bit of a gap, but it works. It goes each direction, so that's good. So that's it. It's done. One thing left to do is black the tyres up with a tyre spray. Everything else is done. Finished. Ready for sale. MOT'd. Serviced by moi. Full service history. Full book pack. Nice and clean. New number plates. Oh, I forgot the last thing I've got to do is get the Anusol out. Auto Sol, not Anusol, and clean the exhaust pipe. That's it. That's the last thing to do. I'm going to do that now before I go and have some lunch, and then I've got to go down to the paint shop to take the bumpers for Project Fiat down to be painted. Oh, one other final thing I've got to do. The trademark little flowers on there, and then it will be done. So I'm really pleased with that. Done, finished. It's been a bit of a, not a long slog, this one. I say that, I quite often say that on these cars. It's been a bit of a long slog, but it should be my trademark. It's been a bit of a long slog, this one. It hasn't been a long slog. It hasn't been a big project at all. I just obviously had some issues with this corner. Mainly sorted by the body shop, which cost me 150 quid, but it's not perfect. I don't think, in all the best will in the world, I don't think I was ever going to get it perfect down on that corner, but it's acceptable. It is acceptable. It's going to be a cheap car. It's a good car. It's got full service history. It looks nice. Can't fault it, really. Everything works as it should. Yeah, it's good. So I don't think there's any more to say on this car now. It's finished. So I think the only thing I've got to say is thank you for watching. What have I got on my face there? Oh no, what is it? Oh, it's a bit of it's a bit of polish. Get off. Right, anyway, where were we? Yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the project. This is Project Marilyn. My Project Marilyn is now finished and will be going up for sale tonight. Either 2.5 or 2.6, I'm not sure yet. I might test the water with 2.6 and I'll accept 2.5. We'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks for following the project. If you've only just somehow come to this video on the project and you haven't seen the others, if you click on the link above, it'll take you to the first video, and you can watch it from the beginning, from when it first arrived. So yeah, this is the end of the project, and more projects to come. However, if you are not a subscriber, if you are just a casual viewer, I would really appreciate it if you went to the little subscribe button on the bottom of the screen and hit that, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new content. Once again, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.